Hi guys, so welcome to another beer review, and today we're going back over to Mikkeller San Diego and we are looking at a can of the Raspberry Blush, which is a Berliner style Weisse beer brewed with raspberries and coffee, clocking in at 4% ABV in a tall boy 16 fluid ounce can. And yeah, phenomenal artwork once again from the legendary Keith Shaw. I've said it time and time again, I adore what he's done for Mikkeller. I just love the look of them, and even before I started drinking Mikkeller beers, they had such an impression on me from their design. And yeah, so excited to try yet more of the San Diego brewed stuff. So heard really good things from this, especially from my good friend here on BeerTube, Jake from Jaco Beer. So check out his link down below. And as I've been saying in pretty much all of these Mikkeller reviews, I'm going to put my link down below to a referral link where you can get yourselves 25% off your own box from Mikkeller. This is where I've got pretty much all of the Mikkeller beers that I've reviewed on the channel. Monthly sort of deal, you know, you can cancel at any time, blah 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 blah. You know the score. So if you're interested, check out the Mikkeller playlist that I have, because I've got quite a few on the channel. And also check out my referral link to get yourselves a nice discount. Anyway, that's over and done with. Let's get on to the important thing, and that is the beer. So, Berliner Weisses. I am a fan of sour beers, but Berliner Weisses, I'm slowly warming to them because they're a sub-style that, if it's just like a regular Berliner Weisse, it doesn't do much for me because there's like this slight overbrewed tea flavour that I get. But if there's stuff added to it, then I'm more inclined to enjoy it. And the fact that they've got raspberries and coffee, that sounds damn good to me. So the can is pretty much full to the top, so that's awesome. So let's see what we get with this one. The only other Berliner Weisse that I've had from Mikkeller is part of the Ich bin Berliner Weisse series, and that was the blueberries, and that was just fantastic. So hopefully, because I do like raspberries as well, some of the only fruits that I do actually eat, and yeah, so I'm intrigued by this one. And just reading at the bottom of the can, it says blush. So yeah, I can smell it from here already, but beer in the glass, and look at that, absolutely beautiful. It glows in this light so nicely. Lovely deep pink, almost grapefruit look to it. When you've opened up like a fresh grapefruit, it's like really intense pinkness. That's what this is reminding me of. You could definitely see those raspberries. Just absolutely beautiful. When you hold it up to light, it's a little bit bolder. Got actually like a slight chalkiness to it. But yeah, just looks absolutely mouth-watering, doesn't it? Doesn't even look like a beer. And speaking of which, I haven't really got a head at all, just a slightly pink ring. Questionable images in my head right now, but a questionable ring around the top. But yeah, it's got like nice density to it. So let's see what we get when we give it a proper sniff. It's got, to me, like that green coffee bean aroma to it, but a big hit of those raspberries. Not in like a synthetic way, but it is a noticeable one. Yeah, it's got that sort of like raspberry, almost sherbet aroma to it. Really nice, light and airy. That green earthy coffee comes through as well. Almost has like this subtle, like almost white chocolate aroma. But it's got that, and I always make claims like this, but I can never like give you like bullet points on those flavours. But it's got that Berliner Weisse aroma to it. Yeah, almost like it's like raspberry yogurt aroma. Nice subtle tartness in there. But anyway, it smells absolutely lush. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. That is a fucking trip right there. First and foremost, you get that puckering raspberry, like a fresh raspberry, and you've bit into it, you get that, like, you know, that really nice singiness from a fresh raspberry. And again, it's got this like milkiness to it. Reminds me of those like sweets that you get, like those swirled sweets where it's like white and pink, and do you know what I mean? Quite creamy. It's definitely giving me the impression of like a raspberry yogurt. It's so nice. And then, what I love about this beer is it's not like a big in-your-face coffee hit, but it's definitely detectable and comes out so much on the back end. Again, it's got that slight green coffee bean flavour to it, but not too harsh. A nice, a nice like gentle aromatic coffee flavour comes through on the back end. But yeah, I must get like ice cream lolly that's got the ice cream inside, and then the like flavoured ice on the edge of it, but doesn't taste synthetic. If you love your raspberries, this has got that in abundance, but it's that like subtle twist towards the end where that coffee comes out and finishes the beer absolutely beautifully. There's really no harshness, there's no lasting bitterness. It doesn't have, like I sometimes get with Berliner Weisses, that overbrewed like herbal tea character, which I find somewhat similar to a flavour that you get in a lot of Belgian ales. But it doesn't have that, because that fruitiness, that creaminess, and then that earthy coffee on the back end, it's a trip. It really is. I've never tasted a beer like this. But you detect that Berliner Weisse style, so it's not completely, you know, going left field. It just works so much. On the intake, you get a little bit of the coffee flavour, but it's that puckering fresh raspberry flavour that really shines, and then the coffee comes back on the back end. Absolutely sensational. It's a lovely light body, the perfect carbonation for a beer like this. That body holds those flavours beautifully. And yeah, it's definitely one of the best Berliner Weisses that I've had, and the fact that I've got a tall can of it, it just makes it that much better. And it, like I said, it just looks fantastic, doesn't it? Keith Shaw's artwork. I did the Two Hills, is it? The New England IPA, which is like one of my favourite beers of 2017. And I was so gutted that I couldn't get the label off the can, so I'm going to have to be extra careful, because I absolutely adore that design. Fantastic. It perfectly named, beautifully designed, and the beer in the can is phenomenal. 10 out of 10. I can't fault it at all. There's no unpleasantness, there's no lingeringness, there's no harshness. All those flavours which you initially think, how's that going to work? And it does absolutely perfectly. So 10 out of 10 from me. Mikkeller, do it again. And yeah, Mikkeller San Diego, I want more of their beers. I think I've got the Beer Geek Brunch, which was brewed in San Diego, so very excited for that one. And this December box has been fantastic so far. It genuinely has. So yeah, I highly recommended you check out the Mikkeller Beer Club, or you could do like the Mikkeller Beer Mail, which is a little bit cheaper, and then the Mikkeller Beer Club has a few more rarer beers from other breweries aside from Mikkeller. And I'd highly recommend giving them a go, and if you're interested, you can get yourselves 25% off by using that link down below. But I don't want to sound like I'm just promoting it for that reason, because I have genuinely had some absolutely beautiful beers from Mikkeller this year, and this is one of them. It's definitely up there. So Jake, you were completely right about this beer, my friend. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Go check out Jake down below. He's got great taste in beer. And of course, if any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed it, their reviews will be down below. Check out Mikkeller, check out my Mikkeller playlist, get yourselves 15% off. Check out my Berliner Weisse style playlist as well. And more importantly, I hope you join me next time for another beer review. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. Cheers.